Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Lifestyle Show here on New World TV. Thank you also very much for your love and support. If you haven't followed the Lifestyle playlist on New World TV, please do follow us, like and subscribe. Okay, keep sharing. Thank you all for always watching the Lifestyle Show. I still remain your host, EJ. You're welcome. With me here in the studio today are three lovely people. Okay, and we are going to be discussing something very, very interesting, and I don't know if I would say dangerous. The studio is hot. So I'll begin with introducing my guest. Okay, I have the lady first off. I have Princess Maka. You guys are very familiar with her. Okay, she's an OAP. How are you doing?
I'm good.
It's so good to have you back.
Very good to have you two here today because go on. I don't want to talk.
It's okay, no while. And then I have Mr. Kingsley. He's a lecturer at University of IAEC. So it's so nice to have you here.
It's good to be here. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome once again. And then we have our almighty godfather, Ogbonge for the boss. I don't want to know. We have Mr. Jerry Etonam. So it's so good to have you here.
It's my pleasure.
He's been puffing since he has been puffing. So thank you for joining us today.
Thank
all right.
you for inviting me.
Yeah, you're welcome. So today on the show, we'll be talking about is polygamy, okay, the way to avoid cheating? Okay, is polygamy the way to avoid cheating? So there's a write-up that we will be reading. It was being posted by Regina Daniels. Okay, so we are going to be reading it. All right. So she said polygamy is the best because even in monogamy, men will still cheat on you. So it's better they have as many women as they want with your consent, Regina Daniels. He said, it's possible for a man to love more than 2 women at once. I live in peace with all my co-wives because our husband loves us all the same and none of us is jealous of the other. Mm-hmm. It is better to marry a polygamist who have multiple women with your consent than marrying a monogamist who will be cheating on you. But in all you do, don't marry a poor man. Okay? So I think this is where we'll end it. Regina Daniel is 20 years of age, right? She's 20 years. And she's the one advising us. Okay? Not to marry a poor man, but she also said it's okay to marry a polygamist than marrying a monogamist.
Now, 20 years?
Yeah.
She'll be 24 this year.
She'll be 24 this year.
So she posted this 4 years.
Yeah, she made this post. And I think she's still standing by this. No, don't laugh. Calm down now. So, now, this is a very argumentative topic. First of all, we'll begin with what is polygamy. Okay, so Maka, what's your definition of polygamy, please?
Oh, you can't ask what is her definition. It's a word.
Okay, fine. Calm down now. Calm down.
So go with him first. Since
no. Okay, fine. It's fine.
Eager to answer
his ladies first now.
Let's start with the basics.
Okay.
The word wasn't created by him.
It's normal.
Okay. What is polygamy?
Yes.
Polygamy is you having more than a wife,
Okay.
2 or 3.
More than a wife.
She's a lady, so
more than.
So
like Jerry having more than a wife.
Oh, more than a wife. Okay. Now, Monsieur Jerry, what's your definition of polygamy?
Polygamy, first of all, has to be situated because when we talk about polygamy, when we're talking about polygamy, we are talking about boyfriend, girlfriend.
Okay.
That is totally out of context.
Okay.
When we are talking about marriage or long-term relationships that are socially accepted and legally accepted, then we can make reference to polygamy where the man has more than 2 women recognized.
Okay.
In the terms of society and in terms of law.
No.
That is what polygamy is, to my knowledge.
All right. Thank you very much. So, Kingsley, please, what's your definition? I mean, how do you define polygamy? I don't want to find.
Polygamy is a situation in which either partner, be the male or the female, have more than one of each other.
Okay, so basically you're going with what he said.
No.
there's
He
difference.
is saying it is a situation whereby a man has more than one wife, which is societally and legally recognized.
Right.
But for me, I am saying that polygamy doesn't have to always be from perspective of the man alone.
Okay.
A woman too can have more than one husband, which is recognized both by law and by society. That's
In
polygamy.
certain countries.
Okay,
Yes.
in certain countries,
Just
in
to-
Africa. Okay. Okay. All right then. So now, do you think polygamy can prevent cheating? I'll begin with you, Mr. Jerry.
We're starting with the lady.
No, I'm starting with you. Can polygamy prevent cheating? First of all, I want to, for the record, so we have polygamy and then we have monogamy. Okay, for those that don't understand, monogamy is for a man with one woman, okay? And then polygamy is multiple. All right, so sir, Jerry, let me hear. Does it prevent cheating?
First of all, cheating is a word that I think is too much linked to sexual.
Okay.
So I just want to make that clarification first. So when we talk about cheating, the way a man would cheat or a woman would cheat will be different.
Okay.
And the consequences that has to come with that cheating is also different. But I'm not going to give my submission based on man and a woman. I'm just trying to go general. So polygamy, to me, has got nothing to do with the word cheating, because if we are looking at the broad sense of the word cheating, it means it can happen anywhere.
Okay.
In the exam hall, in relationships, even at home. Even you can even cheat yourself.
Okay.
So I think those are two different things. Now, if you want to merge the link they have, I mean the link between polygamy and cheating,
Right.
I don't think polygamy can eliminate cheating.
I
I'm saying this because, first of all, somebody who is disciplined, as I said earlier on, having two wives, socially and legally accepted, may decide to end it there. But the same man with the same situation can still decide to go beyond the two wives that are legally and socially accepted. His reason may differ from someone who decides to just stop there.
Okay.
Now, someone who goes beyond the two wives that are legally might give the reason that maybe I wanted to go for a third one, which maybe is allowed by the constitution perhaps, or by norms in society, but the first or the second or both wives have refused. So
it
if I'm not
justifies
giving
him
that is
cheating
why I'm saying the reason may come down.
as a man. So are you seeing? So he's being logical right now. I need you to understand it very well. There's a logic. He gave me a logical explanation,
Yes.
right? Because he's telling me that a man decides to have, maybe he says he wants to have two women. Okay, and then he decides at the end of the day that the two women is not enough, and he ends up going for the second person.
It was not enough.
It's not.
Everyone has his reason, because we are talking about a man with two or three women.
Of guess. So if this one he marries, he still wants to extend it, and maybe at the end of the day, the extension does not work.
And
you
I
can't
use the
call
word
it cheating.
allowed.
Yes. No problem. It's still logical explanation. Please let me hear from you. Does polygamy, can it
Can cheating?
does polygamy prevent cheating?
Prevent
Yeah, I
cheating.
think that's the question.
Okay. First of all, before a man begins to look outside, because I think now we are looking at it from the context, from the point of view of the man.
Yeah.
Before the man begins to look outside, I believe that there might be some things he might have found lacking in his home.
Okay.
Before he
Continue.
begins to
No, continue. No, wait.
Now the thing is
Continue.
this.
Right.
I believe also men are not animals. So those things he might have found lacking in his home, he might have discussed with his partner.
What if he didn't? Anyways, continue.
Shooting as cats, it could be, it could not be. But let's assume he did discuss it with his partner. The thing is this: we all grow, we all evolve. And as you grow and as you evolve, your taste, your desires also grow too.
Good, beautiful.
So probably what was the uniting factor between them before is beginning to fade, or it's no longer the same uniting factor. So now he might have brought this up with his wife, and she might not be willing to evolve along with him, to meet
Women don't like shit.
to meet with his present desires and all of that. And of course, he might be tempted to look outside to satisfy or to meet up with those desires which he wants.
Okay.
Now, as to whether polygamy can avoid that, I believe that if the woman decides, okay, rather than give him that liberty to go out and do his thing out there,
Marry and bring inside.
yes, let it now be within the confines of the home.
Okay.
And once it is done within the confines of the home, my dear, it's no longer cheating.
Okay. All right. No problem. Are you done?
I'm done.
Okay. Maka, what do you think?
Okay, he said something about like before a man will go outside,
He will bring it.
like he'll find something in the wife that is not. He'll talk with the wife before.
He said home.
Yes,
Not
with like
necessarily.
not.
Yes.
It can be in a relationship.
Both in a relationship and home,
Yes.
yeah.
So maybe me today I wake up and then I see something in my man that
He's lacking.
Is lacking.
You cannot decide.
I can now decide to go out and then look for another man to like help me.
Satisfied?
After talking to my man and he's not able to do that thing that I want, I can also go outside
cheat.
and do it.
Is that what you're saying?
Is that what you are saying?
Now, I hope you
No,
know.
it's a
Is that
polar
what you are
question.
saying?
Is that what you are saying?
Listen,
So it's
listen,
a polar question.
but we are speaking in context of a society, right?
Hola.
Are we speaking in context of a society?
Society.
Leave society aside.
Are we? No,
Why you being?
no.
Society.
It's a straightforward question.
to me.
No.
Right?
We have to understand this. Like I said, we have to understand this from the context of, from the point of view of a society. We are speaking from a society. We are in Africa. We are in Togo, for instance. Now, will Togo allow you, as the woman?
Oh, this is not good.
Forget
This is
Togo.
I
oh.
already established the premises of society and law. Because if it was just one person, maybe a man can decide to marry 7 wives. A woman may. I mean, we've heard stories
Yes.
about women going beyond one.
Yes. Yes.
Now, when he made his definition, he chose perhaps to be neutral. That is why he said a man or a woman with multiple spouses. I went specific on man and multiple wives. The reason why I went that way was that I added society and then law. He asked a very tangible question. In Togo, is he allowed? In certain, Germany, for example, let me just go a bit off. Before a woman can divorce the husband, I don't know if it's in all their state or whatever, but if you are not married more than 3 years, you can't divorce your husband. In US, is it the same thing?
No.
In the UK, is it the
It's
same
not.
thing?
It's differs.
Clearly not. So when we are talking about cheating, polygamy, and the rest, we still have to situate it in a context. Because what we are discussing here right now, imagine she was in favor. He is in favor, I'm in favor. Somebody who is watching might think we are being biased because we are not representing other people that may not agree.
Opinion.
Yes.
True.
So she's allowed to make her point or disagree. But the point is that when we are talking about everything here, we have to situate it in a context.
We're actually situating it in a context.
Why do you guys say it's normal for a man to go outside and get a woman, and you don't see it the same way with the woman?
My point, let me give you an
Answer,
example.
no, don't give example. Answer the question. Why you people do it like
Ask
this?
a question.
It's a question. She said, "Why is it?" So it's a question.
what I want to respond
The same polar question that was.
Let me respond.
Oh yes, respond. Not in a logical way. Please respond.
Respond to the thing. Forget that logical thing you are doing.
Give me
I
that
don't want to seem unfair.
Yeah.
Men are more logical than emotional.
Okay. So are you saying?
So,
So
I
the
am a
women.
man.
Okay.
I can speak from the emotional point of view, but that is not my forte. So I'm going to speak from a perspective that allows me to express myself.
Okay.
Before I chip in, I was having a conversation with someone. Then when the person brought religion, I told her, then when you bring religion, you have gone out of the conversation, because
Right.
does that mean I can't have this conversation with a Muslim or an atheist or Judaist? You see? So I'm trying to leave away some other factors that might make my explanation a bit biased. You have a key.
Right.
If your key can open every door in your house, what does that make that key?
It's a master key.
Now, if every key also can open every door in your house, what does that make the door? Exactly. So just, you see, we are genders.
Right.
So it comes with its benefit and its
Oh.
disadvantage.
So now you're looking down on the
Aye.
straight up. That is what you're doing. We are gender, so it comes with its own
Let me
benefit.
give you an
In
example. Let me
quotes.
give you another example. The two of you here, can you get pregnant more than twice in a year?
No.
But can I impregnate more than 2 people in the same?
You're still literally. He's still being logical.
I'll
You're
give you
giving.
an example. I can impregnate more than 2 people in the
Yes.
same day. Why is it that you can't get pregnant twice a year, but I can do that?
It's.
So there's biology that comes with certain things. There are certain norms. If it was possible, or maybe societal, or let me say society accepts certain things, it wouldn't be a conversation we'll be having right now as to whether you can or you cannot. And there are certain biological things that does not allow you also to do that. The example I gave about the door. You call the key a master key, but it's that key that is opening every door. The same way I can impregnate all the girls in this company in a day.
Oh, good.
But you as a woman cannot get pregnant for everybody in this office. It has to be only one person. That should tell you that there are certain things that does not permit you to do the multiple that I, a man, can do.
Can you imagine? Maka, what do you have to say about this? I'm sorry.
So I'm not the one deciding whether you can or you cannot. Society.
So the society, it's when you are bringing society into this. So your argument is society.
Why are you bringing society in this?
Normally.
Your argument, the two arguments I'm receiving from the two of you now is society.
Normally,
I define polygamy,
yes.
and I use the keyword society and law.
Normally, you can't go outside a context of your society. Whatever it is you are doing, whatever it is that your society makes you. And for whatever reason, most of the African societies, if not all of the African societies, is a patriarchy.
Yes.
Which means it is ruled by men. Men make the laws, men govern, or it is a society that favors men. You can't blame them for that. Yes, for example, if you might be in Tibet, it's a different story because, yes, I think that they have a matriarchy or so. So where women are. But that's a different story. That's a different society. But for this particular place,
For our society.
it's different.
Sure.
So whatever argument you are making has to always be tied down to society. Now, listen, okay, fine. You believe you are enlightened, you are developed, or you are independent, and whatever. It is you, it's my body, my choice, and all of that. You decide to go after several men. My dear, will you still feel comfortable living here? Should you decide to do that? No.
But the question you should ask him is, but he can feel comfortable.
That I was going to ask that question.
No, I'm sorry.
They will say that society allows them to do so.
How often do you hear some of them, like I'm pointing at him, he's a gigolo? If they call you a shower, how does the feeling come?
Okay.
No. It's just, see.
Yeah, you feel bad.
Maybe, that's what I'm saying. If it was possible for that to be allowed, maybe it would be done, and we will not even be having this
exactly.
So let's be realistic. It is not also a way to say because we have that privilege to do that, we should abuse it. I'm not saying that equally.
Wait, I'm sorry.
But we have the freedom. That is how we are able to exercise it. If women also had that freedom,
so
they may also be able to exercise.
So in other words, what he's saying is the men have the freedom to cheat.
To cheat, yeah.
No.
Do you understand?
No,
don't.
Cheating both genders.
No.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
But
that's why I said it depends on what you
continue.
are
I'm listening. Wait, what are we waiting for?
Like men, no matter what, they will cheat.
Are you serious?
No matter what.
When you go into the bush, do you allow the animals to handle?
Yeah. Stop that thing you are doing right now. Stop that thing you are doing. Stop that thing.
No, I want to hear your arguments. Like these people are literally, they are crippling you. Say something.
Why
all the facts in nature are allowing us.
In other words, all the facts in nature allows men to cheat.
No.
That's
you keep bringing in this issue of cheats. We have already established the fact that
the key point. He logically gave me. You gave me some logical. You gave us a logical angle, making it seem as though polygamy does not lead to cheating because cheating on its own, like you said, is a broad word.
Yes.
But we are centering our discussion more on the cheating and relationship, less on marriage.
Let's say the man is allowed to go for another woman, another ladies, but the lady is not allowed to go for another guy, like except his wife or his husband or his boyfriend,
right?
Her boyfriend. So the man now has the liberty to do everything he wants to do, but the lady sexually, but the lady
she now sits at home as a log of wood.
We can refer back to what she said in the quote,
right?
She said it is better to marry a polygamist with many wives than a monogamist that would cheat on you.
So now
that's why when I made my argument, I said someone who is polygamous can decide to stop at 2. Someone may decide to go on the 3rd. So from her statement, if the woman, they say consent, which means the woman wasn't just imposed on her.
Exactly. That's why I said you discuss.
Consent.
But how many women give such consent? It is not, because sometimes men do not seek the consent. Do you understand? They don't seek.
Like Jerry will always say that we are many. So
let me give an answer to that.
Right?
Men oftentimes lead. Do you agree?
True.
So if a leader is leading, it's not everything that his or her subordinate will say that he would have to change. some decisions or some submissions you make will be taken into consideration. It may not be implemented now, but you need to understand if somebody is leading you, that person probably has a vision, the strategy.
No, please don't say that. No, that's bad. You know, first of all, when you began talking, there was something he said. He said that if I quote you right, he said there are things a man finds lacking. Okay, like when you're in a relationship.
Yes.
Okay, no, I'm sorry. No, yes, like let's say marriage or relationship. You guys have dated for long, or you've been married for long. All of a sudden, you find something lacking in that relationship that someone you've nurtured for 5 years, and then you all of a sudden dumps her to go into a cheating. You're like you're
if you leave them.
That's literally what you're doing. You're making it seem as though
it's not like that.
Within it can be
maybe after giving birth, the lady is not the same way she used to be.
Why don't you? So it's better for you to remain single.
No.
Because if there's a point, okay, so it's normal.
The thing is that you find something lacking in that woman you are going to outside to. It's not that
you dump her.
Listen,
there is that freedom for the man to make the choice, so he has that choice.
So women don't have
after
freedom.
marrying like four wives.
Why? No, don't do that.
You can't see. Look.
Even after marrying 4 wives, you can still go outside and look for another one.
That's what
because
I'm saying.
you will never be satisfied.
Exactly.
But then, some people can go up to 10 wives, good and fine. That's all well and good. But the thing is this: I think what the women here are trying to do is swim against the tide. You can't swim against the tide.
Your arms are not strong.
Yes, rather try to make the tide work for you.
Exactly.
And I believe that's what Regina Daniels has done. She's making the tide work for her, so she's swimming with the tide rather than against the tide.
Exactly.
And I believe if you do that, should you do that, I think there's a point where the man will get to, and he will learn to accommodate certain of your submissions like he made earlier, because he will find out that, okay, fine, maybe this person is somebody that I can kind of reason or reach an agreement with, because believe me,
can't a woman make the same this analysis? You're making it seem as though yes, the man is the leader.
Yeah.
But I think you're also following what he said. You guys are making it like we don't have that power. Or not power, because if I'm saying power, it's as though we are overruling them or something. I'm looking for a more subtle word to use.
We have power, we have authority.
Yes, exactly. So there's something you said the man is the leader. Yes. So at some point he has a goal. So you're saying the woman had no goal before she decides to be with you.
Two captains cannot be in one ship.
What are you saying?
You see someone in your wife that you want her to correct and she's not correcting. You can help her correct it.
No, I think people are taking what he's saying out of context.
Oh no, I'm not.
He was saying that with respect to the fact that somebody goes beyond
one
wife.
Yes,
exactly.
Maybe the solution to fixing that thing that is missing may not be the polygamy or the cheating, but we are speaking in a particular context of polygamy and cheating.
Yes,
that is why he gave that example. He could have told you, okay, maybe instead of doing that, take the person to a therapist or so and so. But we are speaking in a particular context on the topic. That is why he gave that example to fit into the narration he's doing.
So polygamy, right now, you married one wife and then you feel like you are not satisfied. Or I don't know.
I can give you 2 or 3 reasons why somebody might decide to go beyond.
Okay. Why?
First of all, when you look at the ratio between male and female, there's a disparity. So, would you prefer somebody to take your husband from you? Hold on.
That's an example. He loves giving out. He loves that example.
Let's be real. Sometimes we don't only marry because of love. There are other prospects you should look at. I watched a program where an imam said, some Muslims are allowed to marry because maybe they have the capacity to cater for that number of people or wives. Now, you wouldn't want, because they don't really accept the word bastard child. So it is better for the person to marry and have the child with that woman than to maybe have that child outside their marriage. It is in the same context. Now, if the ratio man to woman is 4 to 9, the 5, what is going to happen to them? They either have give birth without man, they either don't marry, they become the stern feminist, or they begin to take other people's husbands. Is that what you want? When he said what he said about Regina Daniels, maybe she looked at the situation and saw that was what would be favorable for her. That was why she made that choice. She is in no way imposing on every other woman to make that choice. Do you get it? This is something she said 4 years ago.
Right.
Maybe as at now, she might have changed her mind, or she might still be okay with it because she has lived with the situation and understood that, like he said, instead of fighting against the tide, you use the tide to row. So what I'm saying is not to say nothing justifies cheating, if I can put it.
True.
Nothing justifies the fact that it is not even mandatory for the man to carry more than two or more than one. So it is something that I said there's that freedom. That is why people express it. Regardless, shouldn't also abuse it. But if that freedom were available to a woman, maybe we wouldn't, like I said, wouldn't be having this conversation.
Exactly.
So it's not that we are fighting anything. We are just trying to reason with you, not against you.
All right. So I'm going to ask a direct question now. So
Okay,
is
no,
poly? Yes, no. For you guys, I wanted to do the yes or no question for. Now, Makam, to you, is polygamy a way to avoid cheating? What do you think?
Me, I don't take polygamy as a way to avoid cheating. As it can be, because
Give me a reason.
you can still have 5 wives and go out and find someone that you think is attractive, look good for you, or maybe matches your your caliber, or I don't know, that you can go for that person. So it can never be the way to avoid it.
So that there's that cheating nature in a man that he's going to consistently in a man. I'm sorry, I'm being specific.
Going for 2 or 3 wives is not cheating.
That one is a normal thing because you agreed. It's a thing you agreed on.
Exactly.
When there's an agreement. Which in most cases there are no discussion. In most cases, because if you love a man, right, and he proposes to you, he cannot tell you, I'm sorry, I'm being logical now. He will not tell you that, oh, please, in future, I might
say it.
Yes, no, wait. Wait. What I want to say is, he will not come and discuss. Like Mr. Jerry said, he will not say, I have future ambition. So, no, that I'm going to marry another woman after you. No man would do that. Logically speaking.
You see,
I'm sorry. Logically speaking.
In here, because most times when I hear ladies speak, they say, no, are you a man?
I'm sorry, but it's.
No, are you a man?
Would you do it?
But men say,
I'm not a man, but would you do it?
You cannot speak for me.
No man would do it.
Here, let me speak for myself.
Okay, would you? I'm sorry, yeah?
Some men, they do.
They do.
They will tell you that after marrying you, I will have
There's that
another.
possibility.
People discuss it.
I understand your point of view. Not everybody begins a relationship or something that leads to marriage and have in their mind that I am going to marry. I said earlier on, is this a freedom that is available for anyone to exploit? And those who can exploit it are men.
Okay.
The person from the onset may not even think about it.
So do you agree now that men are cheats? Like you people cheat. So it's normal and the tendency is very high that if I'm in a relationship with you, I may not be the only one. Throw a yes.
Can you
from your yes, ba? Okay,
if
it's okay.
If you detach it for polygamy, yes, men can cheat.
Not
maybe
can.
more than women. Maybe.
Wait, a
Yes.
man will be eating with you. You go to a restaurant, you are eating together. A man will see a lady, see shape, see breast. The man will you forget.
Are you trying to say that women don't do the same?
Women don't do. We do.
Can you imagine that the man will be watching the lady and forget that she's with another person?
Those are comedy
Please.
Yes.
Like it's a thing.
Are we saying cheating is inherent? Like men have this genetic disposition to cheat?
Did you see this woman on TikTok or was it on Facebook that literally gave a breakdown of the fact that men cheat? She gave it so well that at the end of the day, do you know the people that are publicizing it? Do you know who the people that are publicizing? The men, they said you don't need to argue about this. You needed to see tweets.
And they will tell you it's a normal thing.
They'll tell you it's a normal thing. But then when we bring it in front of screen, leave society. Leave society out of it.
You know, it's like when you are trying to shame somebody. It's like when you're trying to shame somebody.
We said we will not bring Bible and society inside this. Stop bringing.
Bible is religious. Society, everybody lives.
Yes,
leave society out of it.
We can't do that.
Why are you people doing like this?
Please.
Okay, so let me ask you.
Okay.
We'll soon be rounding up.
Okay.
Does polygamy prevent cheating? Is polygamy a way to prevent cheating?
Polygamy is a way to mitigate cheating.
I'm sorry, use another word. Wait. I'm sorry. Give me a more subtle word.
Polygamy is a way to reduce cheating. Yes, because now you don't do it outside. Remember, I said earlier, whatever you do within your marriage is not cheating.
Exactly.
But when you don't take it outside, that is when it becomes cheating.
Let me dig in a little bit what you said.
Okay.
You said it's a way to prevent
reduce.
To reduce. Now, when you use, I'm sorry. Yes. Now, when you say reduce, that means there should be a full discussion.
Yes.
There should be a mutual understanding.
Very well.
Between both parties.
True.
That okay, I'm going to be doing this, or I would have this person after you, right?
True.
Now, do you agree with me that 2 out of 5 are those that actually have this discussion with their women.
Did you conduct this statistics
No,
study?
but no, you don't need to conduct you don't need a statistical
One
evidence.
thing that you might find amiss is that sometimes it's not even about the conversation, it's about the decision
It's
or
the-
the action taken.
it's the fact
I can
that-
discuss with you if you don't agree. I can still go ahead because, like I said,
True.
I have the
Authority.
to do that.
And sometimes
Exactly.
too, there are women that proposes to their husbands.
Exactly. There was
go
even a
for
conference
another-
on that. Women
go for another
organized a conference
yes.
on that.
Maybe
I've forgotten the
you
country.
got married and
Like
you are
those-
not giving
the
birth.
Islamic religion.
Yes. Do you know that
You don't
actually?
marry and you are not giving
Do you know that there are
birth.
situations whereby? Sorry, please to cut you off. Do you know there are situations whereby the woman actually goes out if she finds out that maybe the husband's taste, let's just use the word taste, has changed. Do some women, in order to still feel in control, go out and find someone for the husband themselves? Do you know that it actually happens?
And
It's 2 out of 10 that
add
does
to
that.
So sometimes you spoke about a restaurant, for example. Those things we see sometimes, not what we bring home. Sometimes people think because I said I want Coca-Cola shape, so and so, that is what we are taking home. No, most men know who they want to take home and who they don't want to. That is why sometimes some men can go, they have what they want already. So like the gold is home, they are chasing after the bauxite and the...
Okay, so
you have.
to finalize, Mr. Jerry, do you? No, no.
He has a lot to say. that's
I know. But to you, does polygamy does it curb cheating? Does it prevent cheating?
I think we are at a stage where nothing is actually eradicated. It can get lost in a while and come back again. It can reduce, increase again. So it's not something you can determine the outcome of it totally. Maybe certain understanding, certain evolution, certain reforms, certain laws or societal norms can dictate the path through which some of these things can take to a certain extent. So polygamy in some contexts can reduce cheating, but I can't take it away.
Do you know the reason why he said so? Because he knows that men are not worthy to be trusted. When it comes to cheating, it's 50-50. It can happen, it may not happen. That's literally what you just said.
What they see at
Sure, yes, I'm sorry.
That's in the conversation is centered on men having multiple.
Yeah.
No.
Which means you agree with me that women cannot have multiple husbands. Because there was no question
You've
on
made
that.
you've made it so.
But we are
You
all,
said
we are all free people.
you
Exactly.
said
the
no.
society
I
is
didn't
making it
impose
so.
the-
The society is making it
Society
so.
impose the thought on you that you have to agree with me. If you disagree, bring your passion.
Maybe-
No, but no.
Maybe I can't do that, but there's a lady that can do that.
No,
There are ladies that can
do
do
the point
it.
on that. You made a point on my point.
I
That's
didn't make the point because I can't do it.
Truly.
But you are speaking for some who can.
Yes.
So make the point.
So
for
are you
them.
trying to say that we now speaking on this actually means that is what we're actually going to do?
No.
No,
You
I'm
know-
not saying that. I'm not
Exactly.
saying that. I'm
But
not
you
saying
didn't
You-
make the point. So somewhere in you understand that women can't do it.
Truthfully,
I'm
of
not-
a
I'm not-
truth.
I don't
No,
understand that.
okay,
I don't
let's not
understand. Women can do
argue.
it.
No,
Okay.
of a truth.
Okay.
Maka, of a truth. Stop staring. Hey, God, of a truth. When a lady begins to sleep with multiple men, she's tagged in our society a prostitute. In quotes. Do you get? But like he said, there are countries where these are accepted. And the lady is still seen to be a responsible person. In some parts of Nigeria, when a man dies, when a woman is married to a man and her husband dies, you're not permitted to marry another husband or to marry another man. Some women choose to do it on their own. Some is being imposed on them. So their
They
cultures,
marry the brother,
yeah. So their cultures.
those are society.
Hold on.
How?
Hold on. So normal, true. Society does not give women that stop looking at. Calm down. Society does not give women that license. But that doesn't mean that, we don't have, I'm just a bit concerned about what he said. I'm still going to say before I round up. When he's saying that a man has, he has a future goal. And then the future goal, the future.
To play outside the country. When they divorce, the wife took almost everything.
Yeah.
That should tell you in countries like France, society favors women, children, and the elderly. You get, I said early on, gender has advantages and disadvantages. This is just men's own. Allow them to enjoy it.
It's fine. But that.
Even in this society, let's just bring it down here too. You know that even you being a female, there are some advantages you have over me as a male. For instance, we might both be standing outside and it's raining, and somebody in a car might pass
They will splash water on me and carry
and
me.
pick you, and you will go, and I'll still be there in the rain.
She will not even try and say, oh no.
Oh no, we are together.
Yes,
Which,
together.
Are we together before? Are we together
So
before?
yeah, gender has its own advantage.
Well, the
If somebody walks in right now, they might probably tip you. They will look at our face. What's up, guys?
Exactly.
You understand?
all right, people, we've come to the end of today's show, right? But in conclusion, you guys could see that we are not really in any part. The men are saying that in a way, cops cheating. It helps them, mitigate. That's their word. Logically, they say it mitigates cheating. Do you get? But we, the ladies, are still saying that the tendency is very high that after, the polygamy thing, the man still has that thing in him to continue cheating. Do you get? So we are not really, we did not agree on one
It's
thing.
only cheating when it's not consensual.
Exactly.
I don't want to buy this your logical.
Jerry, don't-
But that is the
You see,
that's the
I
definition
know
of cheating.
if it's not truly, if it's not consensual, when there's no consent between, like, from the lady,
Yes.
yes, it becomes cheating.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
yeah, like,
Yes.
So you agree?
Okay, I'm done. We are finished. Until we come your way next week. These people are not going to end, though. So, I see your girl EJ, guys. Thank you very much for joining us this week. Thank you, Mr. Kingsley, for coming. Maka, thank you very much for coming. Bossman, thank you, Mr. J. Thank you for coming. All right, until we come your way next week, stay blessed, stay safe. Plenty love from me to you. Bye-bye.